my name is Conor McMillen, aka Handyman Bananas on YouTube.
Great, great. And you have a story of healing that you would like to share. You have some things you overcame.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what it was?
Yeah, about a little over 2 years ago, my life was completely different. I mean, it really looked different. I drank every day. I was using opiates every once in a while, and smoking pot. I was smoking cigarettes. I was pretty depressed, had some anxiety, and some big life events kind of occurred for me about 2 years ago, and I wanted to change. And raw food sort of presented itself to me, and in 7 days I just gave up everything. Cigarettes, alcohol, pot, pills, fats, oils, salt, everything, meats, everything. And then within 7 days I was pretty much just doing bananas and salads.
Wow. Can you go back to like maybe, I don't know, 5 years, 10 years ago and try to describe your life back then?
Okay.
What was it like?
Stressful and removed. Yeah, not 100% present at all. Constantly playing catch up and depressive. Yeah.
Depressive.
Yeah, it was sad. It was sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what kind of diet did you eat back then?
I ate pretty much anything. Like not a lot of fast food, but I ate a lot of meat. I ate eggs. I ate milk, cheeses. I knew vegetables were good for me, so I ate some of those, but fruit wasn't really in the picture at all.
Right. And like how often would you do drugs and alcohol and?
Drinking, I drank every day for about 10 or 11 years, every day.
Wow.
Maybe at least 6 beers. And if it was a weekend, I could drink like 25 beers maybe in one day. And drugs were sort of intermittent. Sometimes I would do drugs for a month, sometimes I'd do them for a weekend. But they were always something I thought about, and I was really into opiates, Oxycontin, and eventually I did heroin a few times. So and it shows you the level of extreme usage that I was getting into.
Did you ever try anything in order to get out of it?
No, I had decided when I was 24 that what I was doing I wasn't happy with, and I wanted to change. But it took me until I was 28 to actually do something about it. And that's when I found raw foods, and that's when...
Right. So maybe try and tell what happened. How did you come across it?
Well, I had just gone through a separation with my very long-term girlfriend and then wife of 10 years we were together, 11 years we were together. And it was tragic. My whole world just fell apart. And so it was about that time I was like, I knew I needed something. I needed at first to get a housemate because I needed to pay for rent. And this housemate I got, he was also a drinker, but he knew about this raw foods diet, and he had done a fruitarian diet for about a year, and he loved it. He went back to drinking, unfortunately, but he introduced me to it. And I started watching videos, during Ryder. I saw Dan the Man. I saw some 80-10-10 stuff from Doug Graham. And it took me a couple of weeks, and then I just decided I'm just going to go buy a box of bananas, see what happens.
Okay. And then what happened?
And then I started eating bananas, and like the first day I cut out all meats and oils and salts and cooked foods and coffee. On about the 3rd day I quit drinking, and on the 7th day I quit smoking.
So how could you just like that stop drinking? What was it? What
it
was
was a combination of things. I think it was the ability to be able to focus on something that was pure health, and that was this diet. I was able to take all my energy and just focus on, okay, I'm just gonna eat fruit and vegetables today. And that gave me some structure, I think. I think it was structure that really helped me. And beyond that, I mean, I think it was just a lot of circumstances, that all added up for me to get there.
Okay. And so how did you progress from there?
Yeah, I think since then it's all been a incline in the positive. Even though some people might say, like, I eat some cooked foods now. In those last 2 years, I have drank alcohol. In those last 2 years, I have drank caffeine. I don't see it as backsliding at all. I still see it as positive growth.
So how much is
very
it?
minimal, very minimal.
Okay.
Now, I don't drink. I don't drink caffeine. I don't drink alcohol. But cooked foods, I eat cooked food in the evening pretty much every day. But it's a high carbohydrate and always vegan situation. So,
And how do you feel today in general?
I feel great. I feel like $1 million. I mean, and every day for me is like really exciting. I mean, I've started with the diet, and I've moved into, which I think really gives you time to heal your physical body. Which once you heal your physical body, you can focus on other things like your emotional body, and that's where I'm really excited to jump into and figure out, hey, why is part of me dealing with addictive personality behavior? Why is part of me dealing with a depressed, anxious background? And that's the kind of stuff that I'm working on now.
Right. So do you find it easier to deal with it on this diet?
100%. And a lot of that stuff is diet. And if you change your diet, you're going to feel better emotionally.
Why?
You might be missing vitamins, nutrients, you might be adding toxins to your body, and they can just make you feel bad. And you might think, man, I need like Prozac, I need Paxil, I need something, I need some anxiety medications, but really change your diet first. Change your diet first, and then see, how you feel afterwards. And then if you want to do some emotional work, then go on and do that, but stay away from the medications, in my opinion.
Okay. And mood-wise, do you still have like depression now and then?
Absolutely. I mean, it's part of who I am, and that's totally okay. Part of me is a little depressed at times. Part of me deals with some anxiety, some stress at times, and part of me deals with an addictive personality. But I'm in a place now where I can take those parts of myself and try and better understand why they exist within me, and I can try and heal them from the source. And that's where I think you can only get so far with your diet. To me, I think you have to go inward. You have to look at your past, and you have to read a lot of books, and you have to really be thinking about, where are all these emotions coming from.
What has the diet meant to you?
It's like a new beginning, I guess. I mean, a new life. I just see it like I have a family, like a great set of friends, a new community, like a safe place within a diet. I mean, it's pretty much changed my life. I mean, what can I say? That's it. So.
Great. Anything else you want to add about your previous problems?
Just that if you are struggling with these things, they're complex, and I don't think it's realistic to think about flipping a switch and changing them overnight. And that's one piece of advice that I try and give people through my YouTube videos, or I would like to bring up every once in a while, is that I made a lot of changes really, really quickly, but I still didn't deal with my core issues. And that 2 years later, I'm just getting into. And that's the inside stuff. So I do think that if you can do both hand in hand, if you can take some slow steps to change your diet, take some slow steps to understand yourself, your emotional body, and start healing that in conjunction, you can become a superhuman. You can do whatever you want. So that's my best advice is don't just deal with the physical, also deal with the internal. Don't neglect the internal.
Right.
So,
brilliant. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.